highlights of this bulletin. Continuing the program of contacting voters ahead of the mid-year session in 2023, Deputies of the City and Ninh District People's Councils contacted voters of An Phú, Tân An and Xuân Khánh wards. The working session on the progress of preparing for the Việt-Nam-Japan Cultural and Trade Exchange Program in 2023. Leaders of Cần Thơ City's Industry and Trade Department got to understand the business production situation at Cần Thơ Petrolimex Gas Limited Liability Company. Hello and very warm welcome to another edition of Continuous and Top News today. Continuing the program of contacting voters ahead of the mid-year session in 2023, on June 7th afternoon, State and Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Council Phạm Văn Hiếu, and deputies of the City and Ninh District People's Councils contacted voters of An Phú, Tân An, and Xuân Khánh wards. Voters proposed tackling the submersion on new routes that have been put into use but have not been connected to the sewer system. Consider the installation of dividers at the intersection of Hồng Phát residential area. The voters also proposed accelerating the construction progress of key projects of the city, including Cần Thơ River Retaining Dike, upgrading sewers on 32 routes in Ninh district, and arranging resettlement floors for households stricken by projects in the city.
Also on June 7 afternoon, Deputies of Cần Thơ City and Ninh District People's Councils contacted voters of three wards of An Nghiệp, An Hòa, and An Khánh. Voters of the aforementioned wards continue to reflect the inundation situation on some routes, shortcomings in the mandate for non-agricultural tax collection, and the adjustment of local planning. Most of the opinions were clearly answered by deputies. For the inundation on routes in Ninh District, Deputy Trang Trường, also chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, assigned leaders of Ninh to inspect the situation and make upgrading plan as soon as possible.
Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee Nguyễn Thực Hiện, he just had the working session on the progress of preparing for the Việt-Nam-Japan Cultural and Trade Exchange Program in 2023 and the reception of the delegation from Nasu Siobara City. The Department of Foreign Affairs has registered with the Japanese Organizing Committee and has been approved to recognize the event as a program to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Vietnam and Japan. Communication of the program has been conducted since early June with banners, bunches, and protection of promotional films on LED screens having been installed at Zoo Phước Park. Preparations for opening, closing, investment and trade promotion seminars for Japanese partners, seminars, cultural exchange bases have ensured progress. Reportedly within the program, there will also be many other activities such as the cosplay cup costume competition, traditional instrument ensemble, đơn ca tài tử performances, among others. On June 8th morning, leaders of Cần Thơ City's Industry and Trade Department came to work with Cần Thơ Petrolimex Gas Limited Liability Company on the production business situation.
Cần Thơ Petrolimex Gas Limited Liability Company has been operating since 2009 under Petrolimex Gas Corporation with the main function of trading liquefied petroleum gas. Currently, it is in charge of 10 western provinces from Đồng Tháp to Cà Mau and distributes gas through 3 main sales channels, of which there are 12 stores in Cần Thơ City. Petrolimex Cần Thơ also has a filling plant located in Trà Nóc Industrial Park with a capacity of 800 tons that supplies 1.4 tons to 1.6 tons of gas per month to Cần Thơ market. The company could ensure a stable and good source of gas to fully meet market demand. Leaders of Cần Thơ City Department of Industry and Trade asked the unit to pay attention to the lives of employees, ensure fire safety, and develop a store system to promote and introduce its genuine products.
The online job transaction session in the Mekong and Southeast region in the second quarter of 2023, jointly held by Cần Thơ City's Employment Service Center and branches and cities, opened on June 8th morning. Participating in the job transaction were 266 recruitment units with over 17,000 vacant positions to be filled. Particularly at Cần Thơ Employment Service Center, there are 42 enterprises participating in recruiting 180 job positions such as office staff, programmers, sales staff, interns, human resources staff, accountants, construction engineers, marketing staff, among others. Employees and students are given information about domestic and foreign job opportunities, instructed to register for job search and skills to contact employers through the internet and websites job seekers. The Mekong Delta Industry and Trade Fair is taking place in Xuân Tô Industrial Park, Tân Biên Ward, Tân Biên Town, An Giang Province.
There are over 400 booths of economic organizations and businesses from 17 provinces, cities, and the Kingdom of Cambodia with agricultural and aquatic products and consumer goods, mainly food, utensils, tools, household electrical devices. Participating in the fair, the exhibition introduces products and goods such as industrial goods, handicrafts, old car products, and regional specialties, and promotes tourism and invites investment of provinces. The fair is open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every night until June 12, free admission.
On June 7th afternoon, Cần Thơ City's Việt-Nam-Japan and French Committee and Cần Thơ Bank for Social Policies organized the signing ceremony of a joint program and the launch of the movement called Saving for the Poor. The signing of the joint program aims to propagate viewpoints and guidelines of the party, policies and laws of the state on social policy credit, emulation movements for the poor to leave no one behind, results of implementing social policy credit, operations of the bank for social policies, and so on. At the ceremony, the movement called Saving for the Poor was also launched. The movement lasts from June 1st to December 30, 2023. Saving deposits are received at the working office of Cần Thơ Bank for Social Policies and its district transaction offices with deposit interest rates equivalently to those at state-owned commercial banks. Facing a shortage of blood for treatment at Cần Thơ Hematology and Blood Transfusion Hospital, the National Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion has provided nearly 11,500 units of blood and 1,600 units of blood per week in the last 2 weeks to Cần Thơ Hematology and Blood Transfusion Hospital.
As reported, from March 2023 to the end of June 6, 2023, the National Institute of Hematology, Blood Transfusion, and Blood Transfusion Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City Giáo Rẫy Hospital Blood Transfusion Center have actively coordinated and supported the supply of 20,205 units of red blood cells to Cần Thơ City Hematology Blood Transfusion Hospital. However, compared to the monthly demand of 12,000 to 15,000 units of blood, this amount only meets over 60% of the emergency and treatment needs of hospitals in the Mekong Delta, therefore implementing the goal of coordinating blood nationwide. Following the call of the Red Journey, the National Institute of Hematology and Blood Transfusion has also asked regional blood transfusion centers to continue coordinating and strengthening support for blood supply and blood products to medical facilities in the Mekong Delta region.
Last but not least, we have the updated for the forecast. The updated for the forecast also wrapped up this edition of Kênh News. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please log on to our website, kênh TV.vn. And thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.